Hey, it's Spyro at This is a gameplay review of State of Decay.
State of Decay is a zombie survival game created by Undead Labs on the Xbox 360. Now it's a download only, there is no actual retail copy you can buy from shops, and it's a single player game, which is the game's one major weakness. State of Decay is by no means the first of its kind when it comes to zombie games. There are a plethora of zombie games out there already, but this one focuses more on stealth and evasion than going for the actual action. Now it doesn't mean you can't play the game like that, as it's got quite a good combat system. Another main part of this game is building and defending your base. Once you acquire a base, you'll have the ability to add extra things to it, maybe an extra bedroom or even a workshop. As the game goes on, you'll collect resources that you can use to upgrade these facilities, as well as use them to develop tools to help you in your zombie survival. As an open world game, you'd assume that the storyline wouldn't be that much pushed upon you, which is normally the problem I have with open world games. Games like Far Cry 2 give you so much to do in the landscape that you're provided with, but it doesn't tell you to do the storyline that much. This game has a brilliant mix of open world as well as having the game push you to continue its storyline. This is done by constant radio messages sent to you by a woman who is manning the comms tower back at your base, telling you that you should go to a certain area to check something out. Now, you can ignore this and continue with your own exploration around the towns and the maps, doing all of the little side missions that pop up as you go, but the game does remind you that there is a main objective that you need to get on with. One thing I didn't know about this game when I first started playing it was that it has the function of permadeath. If your character dies, you lose this character and you will not get to play as them anymore. This means that you will lose all of the skills that you've trained up and the ammunition and weapons and other survival gear that you had on you at the time. You do have the ability to go back and pick them up when you get your new character. Any of the friends that you have made along your way, you still have the ability to play as, but that one character will be gone. Now when I found this out, through dying, I drastically changed the way that I was playing the game. I acted more stealthily, using evasion and always having a car nearby so I can escape. At first I wasn't a fan of permadeath, as I didn't like the fact that this character I played as for an hour or so I had now lost and had to start again as someone that I didn't much like. Once I got over the loss of my character, I realised that this was a great mechanic the game uses to immerse you into the storyline and how it would be to actually be in a zombie survival situation. I mentioned how this game it doesn't have any multiplayer and is just a single player game. Now by multiplayer, I would have liked to seen a co-op part of this. Having to play this game with a friend would have made it immensely better. This game is brilliant by itself, but it is the one thing this game is missing. I refer to it as being a single player DayZ. DayZ is exactly the same as this in the fact that you are playing as your character with permadeath, trying to gather items and resources to continue your survival. Now with DayZ you're playing this with friends, and you can play it with a mass amount of people all online, and it makes the experience that much more enjoyable. I didn't think that I'd get so addicted to this game. It's become my new time sink, much like how when Minecraft came out I was constantly playing that on the 360. This game is exactly the same. I lost 3 hours to it one night, all because I decided I wanted to raid a town. I didn't do any of the main story that day, I was just going from house to house collecting all of the resources I could to build up my base. I don't think that I will continue the storyline until I have completely raided and ransacked this town, as there's so much to do and I've only explored a tiny little area of the map. There is a much larger town to the south which I could go and explore, but that's where the storyline is continuing, and I've got much more that I want to do in the north. If I had to give this game a score out of 10, I'd go for 9, and it's only losing that 1 point due to the lack of multiplayer. The storyline so far, what I've played, as I said I am not trying to focus on that, has been brilliant, and I'm hoping that it gets better and better as the game progresses. I highly recommend you go out and download this game. It's not that expensive, and for what you do pay, I imagine you will get a lot of hours worth of gameplay out of it, even more so than you would paying for a full retail game. Thanks for listening to this review, and if you like what you heard, head over to binaryrecord.org to see the full written article that I've done for this game, as well as there being articles and videos for many other topics. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and leave your views in the comments below.